We use them all the time. In texts, emails, we even say them out loud. They're kind of like the secret code of modern life. But have you ever actually stopped to think about what these little bits of shorthand really mean? Well, today, we're going to decode them.
Imagine this. You get an email from your boss, and the subject line is just this. 4 letters. ASAP. You can feel the pressure instantly, can't you?
Or how about this one? A quick message from a friend, maybe a link with just these 3 letters. FYI, no action needed, it's just a little heads up. And then, of course, there's this classic, sitting there on an invitation, RSVP. We all know it means we have to reply, but do we know what we're actually being asked to do? There's a story there. Okay, so let's dive right in. We're going to break this down into 3 parts. First up, we'll look at the shorthand we use for getting stuff done, the action words. Then we'll get into the acronyms that keep our daily conversations flowing. And finally, we'll decode some of the details, the ones you see in more formal situations. So let's kick things off with the language of doing. These are the acronyms that get things moving, that signal urgency, and, just make things happen. And first up, it has to be the king of urgency, ASAP, as soon as possible. It's pretty much the universal code for, hey, this is important. Whether it's a deadline at work or a text from a family member, those 4 letters have a way of completely reshuffling your priorities. Next, we've got DIY, do it yourself. And this is so much more than just home improvement shows, right? It's a whole mindset. It's about self-reliance, about deciding to take charge and figure it out on your own, whether that's fixing a leaky faucet or, learning a whole new skill online. The ETA, estimated time of arrival. Honestly, how would we plan anything without this? What's your ETA is all about managing expectations. You're meeting friends, you're waiting for a delivery, you're tracking a flight. It's literally how we sync up our lives with each other. So what happens when the details aren't locked in yet? Well, that's where TBA comes in. To be announced. It's the official placeholder. It's that little sign that tells us, hey, more info is on the way. And it kind of builds a little anticipation for a concert, a movie release, you name it. So when you look at ASAP, DIY, ETA, and TBA all together, you can see this first group is really about action and coordination. It's the language that helps us get organized and get things done. But what about the language that just helps us connect? Okay, let's switch gears a bit. We're moving from action to interaction. Now we're talking about the acronyms that are the bread and butter of our daily conversations. First one, FYI, for your information. I love this one. It's such a perfect, low-pressure way to share something. It basically says, hey, I thought this was cool and you might too, but no pressure to reply. It's just a simple, super efficient way to pass on information. Then we have BTW, by the way. This is our favorite little transition, isn't it? It's how we smoothly change the subject or drop in that one last thing we almost forgot. It's like a little verbal asterisk, a quick side note for our conversation. And now for what might just be the most honest acronym of them all, IDK. I don't know. Seriously, in a world where everyone's supposed to have an answer for everything, there's something so refreshing and direct about just saying, I don't know. Simple, quick, and straight to the point. Now, when we do have a thought, we often use IMO, in my opinion. Tacking this on the front is a brilliant way to share what you're thinking while making it super clear that it's just your perspective. It really softens the delivery, and honestly, it invites a much more open discussion. And to round out this section, we have AKA, also known as. This is how we connect the dots between different names or identities. You see it with a musician's stage name, a superhero's alter ego, or even a project's code name at work. AKA is the bridge that links them together. All right, for our last section, let's get a little more formal. We're going to look at the acronyms that pop up in places like event invitations, email chains, and even the fine print. Let's circle back to that invocation. We see RSVP, and our brain immediately translates that to please reply. But hold on, if you look at the letters, RSVP, they don't really line up with please reply, do they? So what's going on here? Well, that's because RSVP isn't English. It's actually from the French phrase répondez s'il vous plaît, which, you guessed it, means please respond. It's this cool little piece of formal etiquette from way back when that's just stuck around in our language. Pretty neat, huh? And speaking of special treatment, let's talk about VIP. Very important person. When you get VIP status, you know you're getting something extra. The velvet rope is lifted, you get the front row seats, the exclusive access. It's become this huge cultural symbol for importance.
And here is one we see constantly, but maybe try not to think about too much. T's and C, for terms and conditions. You know what I'm talking about. It's that giant wall of text you scroll right past to click I agree. It's the formal agreement, the legal fine print that governs so much of what we do online.
And finally, let's talk about some crucial digital etiquette. You've got CC, or carbon copy, which keeps everyone in the loop publicly. Everyone on that email can see who else got it. But BCC, blind carbon copy, lets you loop someone in secretly without anyone else knowing. Understanding that difference, that is absolutely key. So there you have it. From the frantic energy of ASA to the friendly, oh, by the way, of BTW, all the way to the formal request of an RSVP, these little abbreviations aren't just random letters. They're a huge, powerful part of how we communicate and get through our day. It really makes you think, doesn't it? Our communication is evolving so fast. So what's next? What new shorthand are we going to invent? What's going to become the next ASAP? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for jumping into this explainer with me.